Well, good morning. Happy Wednesday. How's everybody? It's always so good to see your bright and smiling faces. Cheery as ever. Brushed, combed, lipsticked. Everybody looking awesome. I know even Dan Raposo has lipstick on this morning. It's a brilliant Wednesday. My goodness. So
just for you, Jeannie, just for you.
I appreciate that. I think we'll have to have that conversation offline at some point. So the musical choice for today actually has some meaning, and you're going to hear them all day long, because I was supposed to be in Wales this week for the specific reason of seeing the Pet Shop Boys in concert in Cardiff tonight. So all day long, you're getting Pet Shop Boys, because I'm going to listen to them as much as I possibly can, since I'm not seeing them tonight in Wales. I am, however, going to be seeing them next May 25th, 2021, in Cardiff, Wales. So all good things come to those who wait. Let's get started this morning with my friend Ellen.
Scholler from Yukon, Oklahoma sent this in. I took this photo at a bank near where I live in Oklahoma. This is their sign. It says, Interbank, F all your needs. Well, if you need a safe deposit box, they'll tell you where to stick your valuables. At least that bank can honestly say that they treat you like family, so that's nice. This is from Kip Wilson from Louisville, Kentucky. My girlfriend pointed this place out to me when I went to visit her. Drop-a-tot childcare. That is a terrible name. Drop-a-tot. That's almost as bad as this one. Hop-on-Pop nursing home. Right. That's not right. Rebecca Caponetto from Overland Park, Kansas. This photo was taken on Easter in the mid-90s. I didn't like my little sister when we were growing up, so at the last second I pushed her out of the way. Not all the way. If you look in the left-hand corner, she's still sort of... Her foot's in there. I think she has a bright future ahead of her working at Drop-a-Tot, that girl. Leg just sticking up like that. Christy Dupere, I believe, from Vancouver, Canada. I took this picture in British Columbia. It's an interesting name for a funeral home. Assman's Funeral Home. No one is more focused on your end than Assman's. I love the sign above it. It says dignity, because nothing says dignity like an ass man. This was sent from one of my Facebook followers. Nanda Indira Sedhu is the name. I'm going to change my name to that. I love that name. It's a photo of two radishes. See? That's what happens when you water your garden with cheap Chardonnay.
All righty. So remember, lesson one for today. Watering your garden with cheap Chardonnay does produce results. You'll have to decide if you want those results or not. But if so, there's your ticket forward. All right, a few announcements for this morning. First and foremost, I think we have Karen Mulreed with our mortgage moment. Karen, take it away.
Hello. Can you hear me?
We
yes.
can.
Yes. Great. Okay, I fixed my audio issue. Mortgage applications were up 18% over a year ago. Can you believe it? And it's all buyers. Refinances were down a bit, but new mortgage applications are up. So there's lots of buyers out there ready to take on those 3% or lower rates. So if you have anyone that you are doing a Zoom buyer consultation with and you want some mortgage input or some guidance there, please feel free to call us. We're happy to join in.
Awesome.
That's it.
Thank you for those stats, right? Up, up, up. That's what we like to see. I'm going to tell you what, I want you to really start getting clear about looking at your business. Because if your business is not rocking and rolling right now, we have to have a conversation about what else you need to be doing to catch up. Because the industry and your colleagues are rocking and rolling, right? And that's showing up everywhere, including in mortgage applications with our mortgage partners. So thank you so much for that update, Karen. A couple of quick scheduling announcements today. We do have Dave Ramsey, Financial Peace University, session 5 today at 11 o'clock. We also have a mastermind at 1 o'clock, which is focused on marketing for the now, marketing 2020. That's going to be a conversation around what are you doing for your listings? How are you marketing your listings to get them sold? What new and innovative ideas are you bringing to the table, as well as what are you doing to market your business? And just as a little teaser for that, most of you were on the call yesterday morning when Gloria Dillard spoke about how she used some marketing tools and techniques to get a multi-million-dollar property on the water sold in less than 6 months when it had been on the market for years. And so I asked her to send me her helicopter video so that you can see exactly what she did. And you'll see it's really, it's a lifestyle video. So check this out. All righty. So thank you so much for sharing that with us, Gloria. So for more on what that looks like, how you're doing those things, what the lifestyle video actually entails and why it works, tune in at 1 o'clock today for a mastermind around marketing. And if you're doing something awesome that's working to get your listing sold, be sure that you're on that 1 o'clock call as well to share that with your colleagues. So thank you so much on that. All right, 2 last things I have for you this morning before we dive into Adonis and Marty Miller. The first thing is, so many of us, excuse me, so many of us have really taken the bull by the horns when it comes to care calls into our database because of a unique situation that was going on in the world. Well, guys, we have another unique situation going on in our country right now, right? And so I'm just like Gary took the lead to make a simple, honest human being statement about what's happening in our country. I really do believe that as leaders for our own people, that we have an opportunity and almost a responsibility to have that same simple conversation inside of your own worlds. And as the leader of your own database, I encourage you not to make a political statement. You will never, ever hear me say make a political statement, because I think political statements ultimately end up being misconstrued and are dangerous for business. However, making a human statement, you will always hear me encourage. And I think that you have an opportunity today into tomorrow to reach into your database and just let them know that you acknowledge what's going on around the country. You don't have to take a stand one way or the other. You don't have to make any kind of political comment on it, but acknowledging it, I think is the human connective path to go down, so that your database understands that you are a human being as well, and that you are as affected as they are by what you're seeing. To assist you in that, I am going to write something as soon as we finish here this morning and get it out to you before 11 o'clock today. That's going to be just a simple little paragraph that if you choose to use what I've written to send to your database, I'm more than happy to have you do that. If you want to take it and use it as a foundation and tweak it, if you want to not use it at all, that's fine. But I want to give you a starting point of something that is simple and apolitical. But I do think that you have an opportunity here to reach out into your database and just let them know that you're thinking about them as the country goes through some turmoil. And I think that you will find that you'll get a lot of positive response, because it's human issues that connect human beings, right? And if we ignore it, my fear is that your database feels as though you're ignoring it. So standing up and saying something about what's going on, I think makes sense for you. So just my 2 cents on that. Again, I leave that to your ever clever wisdom to either go or no go on that. But I will be providing you with something if you so choose to send that out later on today. And so to finish my time with you this morning, I wanted to pass it on to any comments or questions about what I just said? Okay, perfect. I was just getting text and I wanted to make sure that we had no issues. And so I think ultimately that we're out of time for my last thing. So I think what I'll do is I'll save that for 4:30 today. I do want to just mention one other thing before we go to Adonis, and that is sometimes you get happy surprises in the mail. So I want you to just see my happy surprise. Oh, I have to find myself. Oh, here we go. Okay. So I belong to a Sock of the Month club, and my new socks came yesterday. And if you can see them, they're these awesome popsicles, right?
Are they
Great stuff,
watermelon
right?
popsicles?
They're those bomb popsicles, yeah. But here's what's awesome. The sock company, because they're awesome, also decided to send me this. So now I have matching socks with my matching popsicle mask. Isn't that awesome? All right, that's enough of that. I love happy surprises, and that was a happy surprise. Funny how the little things are enough to make it all worthwhile. At any rate, Adonis, take us into Marty Miller. Thank you so much.
That's very nice. We've been getting all kind of happy surprises lately. That's nice. A man fighting a cow. That was awesome yesterday. There's all kind of happy surprises. Yesterday we had a shorter video with Marty Miller. Today he's going to do a little bit of a deep dive talking about creating a landing page in Command and also an open house sign-in sheet. So this is a good one.
Good evening, Keller Williams, and welcome back to the KW Command 66-Day Challenge 3.0. Today is day 47. So the third day in our sites training that we've been doing here, and we've been talking about agent websites. Today we're going to talk about, landing pages or single page sites. So we have the ability to come down to sites here, our second to last icon. Let's check on sites, as we have done before. And today, instead of going into agent sites, we're going to remain in landing pages. So in order to create a landing page, or basically what a landing page is, it is a single page or a single place, if you will, in the World Wide Web. And it's a place where you can direct clients or customers to learn a variety of things. So it might be something, it could be a sign-in form, which we're going to do today for an open house, but it could be a sign-in form for an event. It could be a single page advertising a listing. Maybe it's advertising an event that you're doing. Really, the sky is the limit with regards to what you can do with these landing pages, and I'm going to show you how it's done today. So we're going to start by coming over to the top right-hand corner and clicking on Create a New Site. And this is not actually going to be on our agent site. It's going to be a standalone page that we create. So we're going to click the second option here as Standalone Page, and then click on Create Page at the bottom right. From there, we're going to get into the builder or editor, if you will, of these landing pages. So on the right-hand side, you're going to see 9 different widgets that can be loaded in to these landing pages. And I would say, think of these as like basically kind of Lego blocks that you're going to build within this blank canvas here to create your page. So you can bring in the widget. Once you have brought in the widget, they're going to not have your information. They're going to look a little weird. However, once they've all been brought in, then we're going to go to Configure Widget. So I always like to start with either agent branding or branded header. Branded header is a little bit kind of thinner, if you will, and so we'll start there. So I'm just clicking on this widget. I'm holding down my mouse button and I'm dragging it over. Once I let go, you can see it drops in the branded header here at the top of the page. So we had talked about this being an open house sign-in sheet. That's kind of what I was thinking about making this for. So if you want to follow the same, you have a choice at this point. You can start putting information about the listing and maybe market snapshot, some of your information, and then have your sign-in portion of this page at the very bottom. Or you can drop in the sign-in portion now and have that information below. I find that when I give the iPad or the Surface or whatever I'm using for guests to sign in at an open house, typically they need to know exactly what it is as soon as they see it. So that's why I like to have the lead form right at the top, right? So I'm going to drop in the lead form here at the top. However, I do want more information about the property. So I'm going to drag in, here's listing, the widget for listing. I am going to drag that in. And I'm going to, if you see the green line, do you see that green line right here? If I were to drop it now, it would place this widget between this widget, which is the branded header, and this widget, which is the lead form. I don't want it there. I want it below the lead form. So as you see, if I move down the middle here, you see the green line, it's going to move to the bottom. I can then let go, and it's now going to place the listing information below the lead form. Now, obviously, this isn't my listing, and yet I'll be able to configure this shortly. All right, so I've got all of the listing information. You can keep going, right? You might want to say, hey, maybe I pull in a market snapshot about the actual listing. So let me drag this in. I want to drop this at the bottom. And then I would always recommend you just have the legal footer at the very bottom of your page. All right, so you can come in and play with the rest of these widgets if you'd like. However, those are the main few that I think are the best if you are doing an open house sign-in. Now, you may start getting into some things where you're doing specific, maybe event sign-ins or buyer seminar or anything else along those lines. You do have some additional kind of widget, or not widgets, but layout opportunities here within content blocks and layout blocks. However, I have found that utilizing the widgets is the quickest and easiest way to build out these pages. All right. So now that I've dropped in these widgets, I need to configure them. So I'm going to come over to Configure Widgets, this button at the very bottom right-hand corner, and I'm going to click on it. It's going to give me the 5 widgets that I have selected, and you can see there are some that are checked white and some that are checked green. Essentially, I need to make sure that they are all checked green. Okay, so I'm going to click on Branded Header. And it's going to say enter header text, and I have 30 characters. You can see 0 out of 30 have been used so far. So I can say welcome to 23106 Lodge Meadows. I just get that in under 30 characters. If I want to see what just that header looks like, I can come down and click on save and apply, and it'll refresh it, and all of a sudden now you can see that header applied. Okay, now all of the rest of this material has been brought in from my marketing profile. So I've got my headshot, name, phone number, email, and team logo. If I wanted to adjust any of that, I certainly could. I usually like dashes in my phone numbers. That's just a personal preference. So I can click on save and apply. And now that's been added here on my phone number. You can see I'm in the branded header widget. That's one of the 5 widgets that are available for me to edit. So I'm going to click on this right-hand arrow, and it's going to take me into my second widget, which is the lead form. Now the form header task says interested, let's talk. That's not what I want that to say. Again, this is a sign-in form for an open house. So I'm going to have it say, please sign in. Thank you. Right, and I can click on save and apply. And now you can see that it's clearly asked the guest to please sign in. Thank you, right? So now I can go to the next widget, which is going to be the third widget. Let me click on this arrow one more time. And now I get into the listing. Now 300 Hilltop View in Austin is not my listing, although I would love to sell it. If anybody knows who lives there, let me know. I can help. Otherwise, I'm going to go into Browse Listings. And I want to start searching for my property address. So we know that's 23106 Lodge Meadows. Once I type that in, I can click on search. Here is the listing right here. So I can click on select. And then I'm going to come down, right? And you're going to see here are all of the photos that it has pulled in from the MLS on this listing. Now it's going to automatically apply, right? And even tells you we've automatically applied the first image from the selected listing. So let me click on save and apply and see what that looks like. Okay, so if I scroll down a little bit, sure enough, there's the first listing photo. Okay, now if I want, I can come in and I can change that. And maybe I change it to this one and click on save and apply. Let's zoom in on the front door, right? And so now you can see it's a different photo. So you can decide which photo you want to go with, and which one you want to be kind of the featured photo of your page. But I do like that front photo, so I'm going to go ahead and click on save and apply there. Now the rest of this information is being pulled in from the MLS, so you can see there's the lead photo. It's got the information. Here's the bedrooms, bathrooms, year built in square foot. Here's the description that I wrote about the property being pulled in from our MLS. You'll see then there's a carousel that goes through all of the rest of the photos of the listing, and it's just kind of moving every 3 seconds or so, so that's kind of nice. It then dives into the additional information and features pulled in from the MLS as well. And then at the very bottom, you're going to have a map showing where that listing is there in Katy. Okay. As I scroll further down, I'm going to get into the next widget, which I have not yet configured. So it still says Barton Hills in Austin, and I need to change that. So I'm going to click on this top right-hand arrow again to go to my fourth widget. That is the market snapshot. Okay. So I'm just going to put market info for Cinco Ranch. And I'm going to put in the zip code. Once I put in the zip code, you'll see that the neighborhood drop down then populates, and I can start looking through and find where my Cinco Ranch is. There's a lot of Cinco Ranches, so I just have to go through and find the one that applies to me. So you can see these are all neighborhoods that Nextdoor has available for 77494. Okay, so I could do Cinco Ranch here, but my specific section is Cinco Ranch Greenway Village. So I'm going to select that, and I'm going to click on Save and Apply. Now you'll see as we continue, continue to scroll down this landing page, we're going to get to, and here it is, here is Cinco Ranch Greenway Village. You can see the header has been changed, market info for Cinco Ranch. I could even put Greenway Village. And let's save that. That way it makes it a little more comprehensive as compared to just Cinco Ranch. I've got, or all of Cinco Ranch, I've got Cinco Ranch Greenway Village. It's going to give me active listings, pending listings, average days on market, average list price, average price per square foot, and then average sold price as well. Okay, so that widget has been configured. I'm going to click on it one more time, go to my fifth widget. That's the very bottom, which includes the legal footer. So it's got my DBA, it's got all of my social media, it has the address for my actual office, and then it has the copyright and the ownership statement as well. So I'm going to click on Save and Apply one last time. All right, so now that this page has been, all the widgets have been put in, I have edited all of the widgets. I'm going to come up to the top. I want to change the name of this template to Open House Sign In Lodge Meadows. Make sure I spelled that right. Okay. And now I can click on Save Landing Page. It says, are you sure you want to save it as a draft? And I'll say yes. So now it has been saved. Okay. However, it has not been published yet. Right? So I could have just clicked on Publish in that top right-hand corner. If you don't do that and you want to go back in and make edits, you can. You could just click on Edit and have the ability to come in and actually edit this page. But there are no edits that I want to make. I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to claim my little slice of the World Wide Web, if you will. So I'm going to click on Publish Page. It's going to say, would you like to publish this as a landing page? It'll make it visible to others, and I would say, yes, I do. So now, as soon as I go back into command, you're going to see I actually have a web address for this sign-in sheet for my listing on Lodge Meadows. So I have the ability to now pull up this site, right? So here is my URL for this landing page. I can actually click on that. And then as long as I have a connection at my open house, whether I'm using my hotspot or the client's Wi-Fi, whatever it may be, I could literally have this page out and ready, right, on a tablet or a Surface or something similar. And I could just let people know, hey guys, just need you to sign in real quick. Here's the tablet. Once you're done signing in, feel free to scroll down for more information about the property. And then here's the cool part, right? So this is tied to me. Let's say that I just gave this to a guest and they said, well, my name is Incredible Hulk, right? And they give me their email address and their phone number. Great house. They click on I'm not a robot, and they can then click on send to sign in to my open house. Well, here's the really cool part, guys, right? So they just signed into my open house as Incredible Hulk. When I come in, I can now click on contacts, right? And I can actually sort by, I think it's last visited will even show me the one that has come in most quickest, maybe not. But I do have the ability to, maybe it's last contacted. I know there's a way to get it to, there it is, last contacted, okay? When was the last time contacted? I could also filter by just leads, right? So if I wanted to show just my leads, right now it's showing all contacts. So I could go in and filter, but here is Incredible Hulk. This is what I wanted to show you. They signed in at my open house and immediately it's already created, command has created a contact record for this person. It shows their name, their phone number, their email address. They put in a note. It actually shows this note, right? And it shows preferred method of contact is email. It already has a lot of information in here. It's going to show you that the lead source, it was a KW landing page, so you may want to come in here and just edit that lead source, but obviously they did come in through a KW landing page that you had created specifically for an open house. So just think about all the implications. Obviously, you could use this for sign-ins for all different types of events. You could create a custom landing page just specifically for a listing. You don't even need to have the lead form, or you could put the lead form at the very bottom and yet have very specific information about the listing. And you could send that to a client. You could have that as the landing page for one of your Facebook ads. The call to action link, you could put this in as the call to action link so they go directly to the page. So many opportunities and options available for individual landing pages. So that's it for today's challenge, guys. I hope you all had a fantastic day or having a good weekend. As always, I will look forward to speaking with you tomorrow. Thanks.
Okay, so that was a good one. Tomorrow, Marty's going to go over using video with landing pages in command. So there are all kinds of things you can do with our landing pages. So let's keep continuing to learn about all we can. All right. So we'll talk to you next time. Have a good day today. My family's distracted me in the background. All right. Bye-bye.